Hey guys, Jimmy Bremner, Dexter the boy. We're on the urban trail in the 416. Today we're at what I call the dump, and Dexter really loves it here. We saw some deer down below, and I guess it's all the odor that comes out of the dump, but he's really excited when he's here. Uh, what I want to talk about today is it's getting colder, and as I said, I'll do one from the fob about cold weather dress, but I got to tell you, if you be layered. You have to be layered, okay? And even though it's, for most people, it's not that, cold out. But for me, I spent most of my career outside, and uh, I can't deal with the cold, damp weather anymore. It just goes right through me. Gore-Tex, you name it, it cuts right through me. So even today, I have a base layer polypro on. I also, have this puffy, you know, vest on, and I think these are great because they're lightweight. You can squish them down. If you're traveling, you squish them down into a bag, and I just think they're wonderful. So, but I like the vest because it gives my arms, you can move around and still be free. And then of course I wear, one of these jackets that you all know. They come from many different manufacturers, and this one has a fleece liner that you can zip in and out. But I don't have that in because, again, it gets all tangled up under my arms, and so I just find this a little easier. Of course, these jackets, they have on the back of them, they have a zipper so you can cool down under your armpits. You can cool down, right? So these are great. The other thing I do is I prep this jacket, right? And I talked about lightweight last video. Um, like I said, when we do these videos, like I'm not far, maybe a kilometer from my vehicle. I can walk out the streets. You know, variety stores and all of those things. So in order to travel really light, these jackets are fantastic because what I do is I prep them, right? And I've got a green one, I think I got a black one. But what I have is I have a dicky, okay, and that goes over my, protects my, that protects my neck. I really get cold around the neck, and then it goes right down my spine, so I always have one of these with me. It came in handy, during COVID as well, but let's hope we don't go there again. I always have a watch cap, or we call it a two cup here. People call it a beanie, but I always have one of those with me. So again, I pack this jacket out in my vehicle, so if I have to dismount and go really quick, I've got all the things I need. I've got a scarf, and again, that can, how many things you can do with that. You can use it for first aid, you can use it for concealment, you can use it for, washing up, basic things, basic hygiene. So I always have a scarf with me. I always have a really good pair of gloves packed in the back pocket. The back pocket on this is like as wide as your back, right? You zip it, and then you can stuff gear inside of there. These are nice leather gloves, but I got to be honest with you, they're probably going to get switched out for woolen mitts, in the next month or so. So that's what I have in there. And again, because of all these wonderful pockets, like I said, this is like wearing a backpack, That's just my car keys in there. But in the shoulder pockets, of course, I've got, bags for Dexter, but can they be used for water gathering? 100%. Can they be used to put around a plant so you get that transpiration and get some water that way? 100%. So can they be used in first aid, chest wound? 100%. So a really good thing to carry with you, all right? Even, dog, no dog, having a bit of plastic means world of difference, right? I've always got cordage, always got a lighter, wipes, again for hygiene, very important. Go down the other collar here. Okay, so on the other side, same pocket. My compass and whistle. Do I need it in the city? Not so much, but you know what? Sometimes it's just fun to you know, it's like practice, right? You know, you shoot a bearing and you know, put the dog in the doghouse and you march on that. And of course, you got your pace beads to count, right? Your pace, and you got to have a whistle, right? You have to have a whistle. For Dexter, it's really important that I have a whistle should the e-collar fail, right? But he will come with a whistle or just voice commands. He's such a special dog for me. I also have in here an Opinel, and this is not typically like Opinel. I don't know if you know too much about them, but they're made in France, and they're like really old. I think it was called a penny knife. That it's just like a slip joint, right? But the difference is they have a locking ring here, okay, and you lock it out, and now you've got a locked blade, and they're very thin, right? So they're great for food prep. They're extremely sharp, and the bonus of this one, most of them have a wooden handle. This has the polymer, and it has a whistle in it, and that's why I carry it, because I'm always with Dexter, and should I forget all my other whistles, you know, I've got this Opinel, and you can lock it closed as well. They're really inexpensive. If you got the wooden, this is a number 8, right? So they size them. If you got the wooden one of these, you're probably under $20, right? So they're a really good knife. I don't think you can beat it for the price. We got a bit of chocolate, right, for some energy. Down here, this is just what I happened to put in it a couple of days ago, is the Swiss Champ, right? And, you know, is it a bit goofy? A little bit, right? The pliers on it are, you know, they're like a heavy-duty tweezer more than they are you know, pliers. And you know me, if I'm going to carry pliers, I'm going to carry a pair of pliers, and that's just it, right? But this, again, this is, you know, you can't go wrong. 3D Phillips. There's a saw. There's a magnifying glass for looking for ticks or first aid, or another tool for fire starting, or for me, reading, because, you know, the eyes are going, right? So we've got that. There's a nice file, really nice file in it, right? So it has some, like, again, it's the wider they get with the scales, the harder it is to manipulate, right? And there are some things on here I wouldn't even know what to do with them. There's like a I think they're calling this like a chisel or something, right? But I don't get that, and you know, so, but like I said, they're a novel knife. They'll be sharp forever. There's 2 blades, you know, the corkscrew, you got your tweezers and your toothpick. This one even has a pen in it. So, like, you really can't go wrong with it. And again, in the city, like, you know, how much do I need to survive when I can walk back out into civilization, right? And so that's pretty much it, and that's all in the jacket. Anything else I would carry in my bag, and I'm really happy with my M17 bag that I've been using lately. It's really lightweight, and so I think I'll keep experimenting with that. So probably on the weekend, of course, could I put, you know, first aid, a tourniquet in here, and you know, an Israeli bandage? 100% I could, right? So I can just, again, put that jacket on. I'm good to go. The only downside of this type of jacket is the zipper. So they have this little tiny zipper on the outside. It may be YKK. Doesn't appear to be, right? But these will always, you know how they unzip themselves from the bottom up? It happens all the time with these. And what I don't understand is on the inside where you put in the fleece liner, they have a very robust zipper system. So, you know, if I was making this, I'd put this on the outside and maybe the smaller one on the inside, or just go with this all over. I mean, I've got a couple of them that the zipper's broken, and I think it's better off just to, you know, throw them out than it is to put a proper zipper in it. Again, in the cold, you lose all dexterity. You need big things, and I guess in manufacturing, the big zippers are more expensive or what have you. But you know, Canada's an interesting place because things that are made, you will say United States, Europe, whatever, right? They cannot pass the Canadian cold test, right? Everything starts to fail, and I'll talk about that again. But over the weekend, I hope to be up in the fob, and we'll show you how to layer up, and got a couple different ways of doing it, but I'll save that for the weekend. Okay, Dex, come here, buddy. Say goodbye to your fans. Please subscribe, notification, comment. I like the comments, and you know, tell a friend type of thing, right? Dexter, come here. So, Jimmy Bremner, Dexter the dog-faced boy, Urban Trail, we're out.